Hello, Crafty Journaler. Welcome to the Crafty Journaler. My name is Sarah, and this is my channel where I explore a lot of fun crafts for junk journaling. If that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and let a friend know that we're here. That way we can grow this channel together. It's been a minute, but I'm back. I want to say it's been about a week since I was last here. Honestly, I've been struggling with motivation as well as just like adulting kind of gets the better part of me sometimes. But I really wanted to do something today, so I kind of just sat down in my craft room and I started working on some embellishments. And I thought, you know what, I should probably be recording this or maybe bring you along for at least one of them. And so I'm here with some embellishments for your journals. These are going to be specifically for your I want to say like a Valentine's journal, a lover's journal, something like that. Self-love. And I've been making a few of these embellishments, and I thought it would be really cool to share how I make these. Now, this is kind of the first one that I made, which was kind of the idea stuck in my head. And slowly they've developed to different kind of styles. And I also have these, which I'll probably be using these, but I'll probably be distressing them a little bit more and, just giving them a little bit more zhuzh. But yeah, this is what we're going to be working on today. I'm calling them heart embellishments. It's really just, you could use them for just about anything, I think. I was thinking about maybe making some invisible paper clips with them. I've been thinking about focal points for the front of journals, and once we're done making this process, I'll explore different ideas. For now, those are the two main ones that I have, which is the paper clip and the focal points for the fronts of our journals. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create your template. If you have a die cut machine, that's probably the easiest way to go about it, because you could just go into your Cricut Space or whatever editing software you have and just go about it that way. Or you could do it the hard way, like I did, and do it by hand. So what I did is I got a piece of cardboard. I then folded this cardboard in half like so, and I cut the shape. I cut the shape of the heart that I wanted, and then I created, this is my template, and now I'm just making more hearts out of it. So I'm just going to trace with a pencil over my cardboard that I'm using, and yeah, we're just tracing hearts at the moment. We'll do 3 to start off with. And then we're gonna get our scissors, whichever your favorite scissors are, and we're gonna cut these out. Okay, so now we have our little hearts here. This is our template, so we'll put it apart. And I actually did start, so I want to try to make this one another one of these with a little different twist. So I did start by adding the ribbon, and basically what I'm doing is adding the ribbon almost all the way up, not quite. And then I'm going to be weaving, just like a weaving basket kind of situation. So that'll stay down. This one will go up. This one will stay down, up. Right here, this one will go up. And we're going to glue this right here. And the glue that I'm using is my silicone cold glue, cold silicone glue. It's called FabriFix. It works very well with projects like this. It is my favorite glue. I feel like I say that all the time, but it really is. I love how it works with crafting and stuff like that. I actually did try to use a hot glue gun, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but when I did use it, it kind of did this, like you could see a little bit more of it as opposed to the cold one, and I was like, that's not happening. So I switched back to my cold glue, and now I'm just going to cut this part right here. And we'll just hold that down a little bit more, and that'll be our first row. Once we have that row done, we just kind of have to try to adjust things a little bit because it will want to do whatever it wants to do. So, okay, done. Now we're going to do the next one. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and push this one up. So this will be on top of that ribbon, below this ribbon, below that ribbon, on top of the next. And then that's going to be on top, so it'll be below in the next. And you just kind of work your way up. So it's below that one, so it'll be on top of this one. It is on top of that one, so it'll be below this one. Okay, so now we have that one. So now we're going to turn it around and we're going to glue it right here. We're going to try to tug as best we can so it's nice and tight. And we hold that. We're going to cut this little piece off. And it is up to you if at this point you want to toss these aside or keep them. I am trying to declutter a little bit more, so I'm gonna let them go. Usually I would keep those, but the little tin that I said I was gonna allow myself to keep, it's actually full now, so we're gonna let go of those. And here we are. So now we're going to go ahead and start the next line. So again, it'll be, if it's under this one, then it's over this one. That means this one is going to go over, under, over, under, and so on. So sometimes you just have to readjust a little bit. I also think this is a fun way to use some of your ribbons that you might have stashed up and have it used. Give it a different purpose. And this ribbon is actually vintage ribbon that my mom gave me that she had from the 80s. You might have seen it before, so I do have quite a bit of it. And blue is also one of my favorite colors, so I love blue everything. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna again pull on there a little tight, maybe add some glue. Hold that down, cut the piece off. And I mean, you could really leave that piece down if you want to, because this is either going to get covered with another paper or it'll get covered with, once you glue it down to your book or your journal. So yeah, that's totally up to you. For me, I feel like that would bother me a little bit, so I cut it off. So we're gonna grab these right here, and I'm just gonna tape them down for now right here so that they're out of the way. Okay, so now we see this, we need to do under, over, So actually, I think I'm not gonna need these two. So I'm gonna tear them off there. Put those off to the side. And right here, we're just gonna start gluing these down to close out the side of the heart. Um, it'll be super easy to do, just kind of work quickly. So I'll do a couple at a time. We're gonna pull that one and hold it down. We'll pull the next one and hold it down too. The next one as well. That one needs a little more glue, so we'll add a little more glue there. As you can see, it's a very professional way of making stuff around here. So we're just gonna keep on winging it, and we'll put that down. These seem like they might be a little too long, so I'm gonna cut those beforehand, and we're just gonna put some glue on all three of them, and we'll pull it and place it down, pull it, place it down, pull it, and place it down. And this is what we are left with on this side. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side now. I'll probably expedite that a little bit. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and here is what we were left with. This little heart here. A little couple of notes for you if you try it at home. I would just keep following your line right here. I thought because it was at a circle that I should start pivoting, so it created these little things. And on this side, I didn't do that, and it doesn't have those kind of little peaks. Aside from that, it's super cute. Now, I do want to add a ribbon going across it like so. That way it'll camouflage some of those little unwanted peaks that I created, and it'll still give it an extra little something. So with our glue, we're going to be doing this. I'm just going to add a generous amount of glue down like so. And then I am going to place this lace down like so. And there we go. We'll get our scissors and cuts and cuts. And they moved around a little bit, so right here I'm going to add a little more glue so that the pearl part will stay put right there where I want it. So right there, and right here we're going to add some glue too. And then you can either add another layer of like a ruffle like this, or even add some more of these pearls in the back. But I actually think I like how this looks, so we're going to leave this one right here, and we're going to try to do the next one. So for the next one, I actually want to try to cover it with burlap. And I do have this lovely burlap that I actually received from Chasing Retro here on YouTube. She is an awesome creator. If you haven't seen her, I would recommend you go and check her out. She also does journals and does an awesome job with her journals. And yeah, I'll link her below so that you guys could check her out. She's awesome. So with that being said, I'm going to be using this burlap. My thing is, I'm wondering if I'm going to use it on those or if I'm going to use it on these. Or if I do use them on these, should I maybe cover them up or draw on them, or maybe do half, or just like so. I think that's what actually I'm going to do. I am going to wing it is what we're going to do. So just because I really like burlap and I think burlap looks really cool in our journals. So I'm going to place a generous amount of glue all over my heart here. And then I am going to try to find the best angle to cover it all up. And I think that's the ticket right there. And then I'm just going to cut off on the sides here. So I'm going to turn it around. And there we go. It almost looks like a cookie, which is actually the vibe I was going with this one. I was trying to make it look like one of those like fancy glazed cookies with glitter and frosting. I don't know how well it translated, but it's still cute. You know, it works. But this one also looks like a cookie, which is kind of cool. Let's see. We're going to keep some of these and toss out the rest. I try to use as much as I can of the things that I have before I give up completely on them and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to use that a little bit more. So now that we have that part, I wanted to add some of these little daisies here, and I'm actually going to just cut these off right there. And then I'm going to play around with all of them. So we're going to grab smaller scissors and cut a couple of these off. And I really like how that pink is contrasting, so I'll probably use that pink. Probably use that orange right there. think the 3 look best. So we'll do another one with this. So we'll do these 3 and then we'll do another one with that one. And so we're using some of those ribbons we have in our stash that we haven't used. We're also using some cardboard that we have stashed up. And we are also using some burlap, which is always good to use the things that we have in our stash before we go and, purchase some more. I know it's fun to purchase. It really is. I enjoy buying stuff as much as the next person, but sometimes we have all the items we need in our stash already. We're gonna put that right here. And there we go. So we have this one. I actually feel like it needs one right there. So let's see which one looks best. It doesn't contrast right. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like the purple one there. So let's go ahead and do that. I might need a little bit more glue right here. And there we go. So now we have this one and this one. So let's see. Okay, so now we could try the next one. And so last year sometimes I went yard sailing and shopping, yard sales and stuff. And I found a crafter yard sale where this lady had a bunch of these ribbon type ribbon here. So it's basically a knitted ribbon. And I hoarded them for the longest time, and I was like, nope, it's time to use them. And so I was trying to figure out what to do with them, and this is how this came about. I didn't really like the whole look of this one. Like, I don't mind it as much. It was a good first try and everything, but I did really like the next one that I tried, which was this one. And I realized that when you stretch it out, it gives it a more like crisp view of the knit. So let's go ahead and try to do that one more time together. So if I'm not wrong, I put this on here like so, and I cut it quite longer to be able to like pull it freely because it's knit, so it will dishevel if you don't work quick. So I did that. I then went generous with the glue on the cardboard. And then I just stretched it out, found the angle that I wanted, and placed it down on there. And then I flipped it around and I cut a few. Probably easier to cut with these or with my fabric glue. I mean, my fabric scissors, so. And then okay, so now we have that out of the way. We can now hold this down and start gluing some of this down. So let's start on the top. And for like the last kind of method of seal that I do on knit in general, it's usually I grab my lighter and I run over the edges a little bit. I will say you should probably do this in a ventilated area, and if you are not comfortable doing this, please don't do it, because you could potentially burn yourself or, you know, burn down your house. So don't do it if you don't have to. I'm gonna do it, but I'll probably do it off camera. With that being said, I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. And here is what we ended up with. I just ran that little glider over the areas that I feel are going to be the most frail. I also cleaned up some of my edges with that lighter a little bit. And this is where we're at now. So I do want to add a ribbon, kind of like what I did on those other ones. Only thing is that this is all I have left from those, from that ribbon, because these are the ribbons that I've bought on like specials where it's like they come in a bundle in like either Hobby Lobby or Michael's and whatnot. So I don't really have any more of those ribbons, but I do have other ones. So let's see what I could find here. I was actually thinking about doing what I did with this one and using a ribbon like this and just kind of going around it and cutting it every so often, just kind of like giving it a natural ruffle or whatever. But my concern is that this one is very different, and I think I do have, oh yeah, look, I still have some of that one, so let's do that. The only thing is that it's going to be really white on white or light with light, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but let me see if I can find something else. I wonder if this is enough. I actually have this little piece of pink ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. This is really cute, but I don't think it's for this. What about a yellow? I think I'm gonna go with the yellow one. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do the white. It'll probably be better. So we're gonna just go around and work on our placement of this. So we're gonna go and fold and glue and fold and glue and fold and so on. You do need a little bit of patience with this one, just because you're like gluing down and holding things down at the same time. And sometimes the glue will work quicker than other times. So you do want to try to be as patient as possible. I lightly run the lighter over the edge of this ribbon so it doesn't unravel. That's why I'm doing that. And I cut it right there just because it's easier to do it again on the other side. Kind of the same way that we're doing it here. And then we could also work on one side and then the other, kind of in a more manageable manner, I guess, would be the proper description of that. It's just more manageable as you're working with it. Okay, so now we have this side done. Let's just add a little bit of glue on here. Okay, so now it is nice and glued down, and we have this on this side. So on this one, I actually ended up cutting the edge just to make it look more kind of uniform like this. I think I'm gonna do the same thing, just because I don't like how this ends up right here. I also don't like that some areas are a little bit out more than others, and it's an aesthetic preference kind of. So whatever you think, if you think that's good enough, you should leave it there. If you feel like you need to cut it off, then cut it off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. So it looks a little more cohesive or aesthetically pleasing to my eye, at least. Okay, so now we have this right here. So now we have this, and we can clean it up a little bit more if we want to, or we could just leave it as this. I am gonna try to clean it up just a tad more in certain areas. There we go. And now we're just gonna run our lighter ever so slightly on the edges to seal up and so that they don't unravel as quickly as if we didn't do that. Okay, done. So now we have our little ruffle on the back glued onto this. So we could stop here or we could add something else. I am thinking of adding, but then again, I almost feel like that looks good with itself, like on its by itself like that. So let's see. We do have this little sequenced thing right here. Let's try to use this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one side and then we'll do the other. So we're just gonna go at the edge down to the middle right here. Then I'm gonna cut it right here. And hold that down right there. Clean this up right here. Okay, and now we're going to do the other side. So gonna add the glue at the edge of our heart, like so. Okay, and with that being said and done, we have made our hearts here. And so you could probably try many different ways of doing these little hearts for embellishments. I am sure I'm not the first to create something like that. I'm just another one here. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, do all that fun stuff. I think we're going to go ahead and stop here. I'll probably continue to make some more. And then I will probably record a video of what to do with them or how to play around with them in our journals. And with that being said, I do have the 3 Happy Mail uh, winners, I guess, or the people that spoke up for those. Um, there was one person that spoke up, and I never received confirmation from her of where to mail the items, but I did have someone else, and so I went ahead and I bought the shipping label for that, and those Happy Mail packages should be getting out for delivery either today or tomorrow, or not out for delivery, or not out for delivery, but they're going to be shipped out either today or tomorrow. With that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining my little community. If you've already subscribed, if you haven't, you're always welcome to do so. It's free of charge, no charge whatsoever. You just go and subscribe and you'll be part of our community here. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Have a great day, and we'll see each other next time. Okay, that's a wrap. Bye.
Well, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had a ball making it.